Hey, what's up, world? How y'all doing? It's your boy Mo Better. Real life with Mo Better. Website being done right now for that. So y'all get ready for that in the web show. Alright? This concept or this topic is about everything that you lose is not always considered to be a bad loss. Shouldn't be. You continuously dwell upon what it is that you lose. Excuse me. Or if you continuously dwell upon what you have lost, you won't be able to remain, hey, son, you won't be able to remain focused on what is, on what you have right now. You always think about what you lost. I lost my job. Tar Blood Sports Barbershop. What's the demo? How you doing, brother? I lost my job. Somebody broke in my house. I lost my girl. I lost my guy. Hey. Whatever it is that you lose, I lost my car. I'm just naming things that we can lose. And as long as we remain upon the negative situation, okay, for the moment, it is a bad thing. We've lost something, right? And if you remain upon what is not there, if you remain upon what is in the thought process of what is gone, how focused are you on what needs to be done in preparation to allow it to never happen again? How focused are you on making whatever you're going to get again better in preparation for it not to be lost again? Do you get what I'm getting at? Like, you got to think outside. You got to think outside the box. There's a saying. Here's a glass. Is it half empty or is it half full? Excuse me. Now, when you think about that, what do you think? Is your glass half empty or half full? When you get to thinking about if your glass is half empty or half full, guess what you're doing? You're dwelling upon what you have been groomed and told that you have to do. You have to pick between one or two. You have to pick if it is half full or if it is half empty. Correct? This is what we've been groomed to do. And because there's a quote unquote person that we're considered to be is better than us, more important to us, to have a certificate or whatever a degree in a certain thing, we have to pay attention to what they do, pay attention to what they say. Again, so we dwell upon if my glass is half empty or half full. As you dwell upon and try to decide on if your glass is half empty or if your glass is half full, guess what you lose focus on? Say for instance, your glass was full and now it's half empty or half of it is gone. And you're dwelling upon if it is, okay, it's half full now. Is it half empty or half full? Guess what you're missing the focus on? What you enjoyed to get it to where it is. You're missing the focus and the enjoyment and appreciation of what was in it from the beginning. And if you look at it as being half empty right now, guess what you're looking at? You're focusing on what is gone, what is lost. And you're not keeping your mind frame on, again, the appreciation of what you did enjoy that was in it. Making any sense? So you got to think outside the box. I don't want to dwell upon if my glass is half empty or half full. I want to appreciate what was in it in the beginning. I want to appreciate what part of it that I partook of, that I was able to enjoy. And if I keep thinking about what's lost or what is not here, this man that was in my life, this woman that was in my life, this job I lost, whatever the situation was, guess what? I cannot appreciate the part that it played in my life to help me be where I am today. I use that same analogy of your glass being half empty and half full to take it all the way here. Hey, Larry Williams, how you doing? And thank you, brother. And this glass being half empty, half full, right? Here's a glass right here. Now, this was half empty, half full. I appreciated what was in there. And guess what? Even if I take it to the degree to say, guess what? This is half empty now. We look at empty as, again, a negative perspective of a thing because, I no longer have what was there. I don't have the full amount anymore, right? So we looking at it as a negative thing. And again, we cannot appreciate because we're focused on what we've been groomed and taught to believe. I'm not appreciating the part that I partook. I'm not appreciating the wine, the Kool-Aid. I don't care if it was ice cold water, warm water, whatever the situation was that was in here. I'm not being able to appreciate what was there that I partook of because now you making me focus, or I am forced to believe, allowing myself to believe that I have to maintain and remain focused on only this little bit that I have, left, which means you partook of some. Guess what else we can't think about? Guess what else we can't appreciate? Stacy Malone, how you doing? Guess what else we can't appreciate? My glass half empty, right? If my glass is half empty, my bowl is half empty, I lost this job, I lost this girlfriend, I lost this boyfriend, whatever the situation may be, guess what? I'm going to stick with the glass first. It's half empty, right? But it's mine. Guess what this means I can do if it's half empty? We're beyond the point of we already partook of half of it. Guess where I'm going now? It can be refilled. Make sense? We got to think outside the boxes that we have been groomed to believe in. Where all we think that everything that we lost, look up the definitions of loss. And then I want you to look up from philosophical points of views. And I want you to look up in the origins of his words. And I want you to think of not just that. Thank you. And thank you, Larry. And what I want people to understand is that every loss is not a bad thing. Ladies, I want to talk to you for a second. Even brothers, but ladies, I'm going to focus on you because this situation, I went through this. I finished my certificates at Life Recovery Institute, Development Institute, and I'm just saying that psychology was one of my courses, and when you start living with these type of things, I learned about women because the situation had to be dealt with me, the abuse and the situations and things of a woman. Right. Sister. Matter of fact, beautiful sister that I deal with right now. Her name is Laura Cowan. She was just on CNN. She just had a movie that came out. Her movie was on TV. She had people that's playing her right now. And she went through a situation to where she was abused, like dramatically again, to where they have made movies about her, to where, domestic violence was in October, right? Guess what? She does this for a lifestyle because this is what she does all her life because she lived this every day, not in a month. Every day she was with this individual, she lived like this. So now she has made the advocacy against sexual abuse and the advocacy against domestic violence a lifestyle. This is what she does. Now this guy had her in the house. Paid the bills. He did all kinds of things. But what was the demonstration when she lost him? In whatever perspective that he was gone. The bills were ceased to be paid. Children, everything that was, what happened? Sisters, you notice that you got this guy that's paying these bills. You got this guy that's paying your car note, getting your hair and your nails done. But internally, where it really counts, you are unhappy. When this brother stops paying these bills, stop getting your hair done, stop paying your car note, you might lose the car. Your hair you don't look as good as, you feel you should to the public's eye visually. What did you really lose of internally where it really counts? You were disturbed. We can go to a scripture. The Bible where it says, ladies, don't let beauty be the external adornment, braiding of the hair and the ornaments and things of that nature. He said, let the secret person of the heart be who you are and judged by. Let that be your beauty, how you act and respond in situations like that. So again, I want to talk about how this guy lost these things and, stop paying your bills and your car notes and things of that nature. And brothers, the same way. Matter of fact, I'm going to stick with the sisters right now. When you lose these things, I want you to understand. Revert and get back and begin to embrace the value. I always talk this, man, the value of self. I want you to think about something. This brother paying these bills, this car, whatever the situation may be right now. I'm a boss, I'm a dog, for real. But guess what I do right now? Because I'm in the process of disciplining myself and understanding that I mean more than the material and impressing some people who ain't gonna never help me anyway. You're gonna laugh at me because I don't have, and then when I get it, you're gonna find a way to laugh at me anyway. So sisters, I want you to think about this. That same situation with you, with your hair done, somebody else's, we know it. Eyelashes, somebody else's. The nails, somebody else's. All those things. I want you to think about something. I meet you. You got this man in your life to the deepest degrees of you. One of the deepest degrees to you. Understand the value of you. You go out to an evening, to a night, to an event. Evening gown, you got everything on. When you get home, when it gets to the degrees that count to where he wants to make love to you, he wants to be, not even go to the process of making love to you, but he wants to be intimate with you. He wants you to take your earrings off. He don't care nothing about that hair. It can be wrapped up in rollers. He want that makeup off your face, the eyelashes off, the dress off. All these things that you feel that make you important, he don't want them on no more, because guess what he want to deal with? The natural, all natural you that the Most High made and manufactured. That's what real beauty is to a real man. So I get that, and I'll say that to say this. The things that you hold as being valuable should be the less valuable. You should mean the most to you. And when you mean the most to you, guess what? It's going to present that this dude over here, I don't care how much he got. Guess what he's going to say in his mind? I have to approach her in a completely different way. She's not normal. Some might think that I got a little bit out, but I didn't. What I want you to do is say this. Oh, this is what I want you to think at. When you lose something, it's not always for the bad, because if you focus on what is no longer there, if you focus on that, you will never focus on what do I need to do to better the next situation I allow myself to get in. Hey, Cindy, how you doing? What do I need to do to better my situation? What do I need to do to refill my glass, to refill my bowl, to go get my other car, to better the last situation? See, when I get into I'm just saying relationship now, when I get into a relationship and somebody presents something to me from the negative perspective, things are not right. Things are awry. one of the first things I do is I learned this from a long way. I come up under 4 women. Well, all 4 of them had different forms of lifestyle. One was in the streets. One was a tomboy. One was a valley girl. My mother was super elegant. So I had all these different aspects. And what these things helped me to do something. Then again, I studied theology. You know what I'm saying? So every holy book I went to, I looked at these men, and one of the things I like about them, predominantly, especially in the book that many of us don't pay to, which is the Bible, these dudes looked at their wrongs. When they did something before they ever went somewhere and continuously blamed somebody else, they said, "Me, what did I do? Let me look at what I did to make this situation so better." So this is what I'm saying. If you lose something, it is not always for the bad sense. But we focus on what is lost instead of regrouping, reevaluating, and putting the value on self, and putting the value and reevaluating whatever it is that we lost. What did I do to cause that? And if I did not do anything to cause that, and even if I did, how can I better it the next time? Sometimes this is what we'll find out, even brothers. You know what I'm saying? And our sisters, they got this on Facebook today, on a post, and it says, "Man, good sex let you continuously give somebody another chance." You know what I'm saying? And that's what we'll do sometimes. But again, I want you to value yourself. I want you to value yourself. You're getting ready to lose this person that's in your life. You're not happy internally, but the bills are paid. You're not happy internally. Your children are not happy if you have any, but the bills are paid. They got good sex. He lay it on you, sister. Brother, guess what? She put it down on you. She make you feel like no other. Sex is excellent with porn star head. But you unhappy internally. How good is it? Should I hold on to this? Or should I hold on to this? Should I be so fearful of being lonely that I should hold on to what's burning me? Should I be so fearful of being lonely? Should I be so fearful of not being able to go out here or have sex like I really want to? Or should I focus on bettering myself to empower myself, to deal with my loneliness, to, guess what, to make myself comfortable with myself, to understand that, guess what, this person, sometimes the Most High will allow somebody to leave your life because they ain't ready for you. Sometimes the Most High will allow something to be taken. See, again, he don't take nothing from you, but he will allow it to lose or allow it to be out of your life because it ain't ready for you. But guess what we do? We try to hold on to things. And I spoke about this in the video before that, friction. You do the science of friction. Predominantly, when you get friction, you're going this way. That was smooth, right? Guess when the burns happen? When you try to hold on to something that you should let go. When you try to hold on to something that the Most High really don't want in your life and you keep holding on to it. So you learning your lesson. You get a lesson right here. And the lesson is when you keep getting in situations of friction, problems happen. You know what I'm saying? Situations happen in life, and guess what you do? You build on them. You strengthen them, and you make them better, and you work together to make this happen. In a relationship, guess what the situation is? If you continuously dwell upon the work that needs to be done, no matter how strenuous it is, you will not be focused on the beauty and the masterpiece of the artwork of you two being together when it's done. You maintain on, man, he need this, she need that. I lost this car need this car. We won't focus on what we have, and we won't see the beauty, the masterpiece of things being done was done. So I say that to say this: everything is not to be just left and let somebody leave. It's up to you how long you stay, but I want you to understand this, and I'll get into this as well. It's like, I want you to remember I always talk about the definitions of things. You know, I studied etymology before, and I still deal with it. And a mistake. A mistake is something that you do unconsciously, or, you know, you can do it so much that it can become unconscious. But see, once I tell you something is bothering me, and you claim to love me, you claim to care for me, you claim to desire me, you claim to want to be in my life, and you continuously do this after I've told you not once, not twice, sometimes I continuously tell you, guess what? This is not a mistake. This is a part of this person's character. Now, these are the type of people, and these are the situations where I'm telling you that this is where the friction comes in. And you hurt yourself more trying to hold on to something that you need to let go. Let it go. That's not a bad loss. That's something that we're going to deal with to the degrees of, guess what? It is innate in the human being. They've done tests on it to where, I mean, some people would consider it to be cruel, but the situation is this. You got a baby in this room. You got a baby in this room. They came in, they fed this child. They changed his diapers and things of that nature, and they left. The child that was right next to it, they came in, they changed the diaper, and they fed it, but they spent time with it. They held it, they coddled it, and they talked to it and played with it. This child that they never did these things with, immune system began to break down. The child began to get sick and things of that nature, and they understand it is innate in the human being to love, to desire to love and be loved. It is innate in the human being to feel and be felt for. So we need these things. But at the same time, the situation is, you got to do these things with yourself. Do you love yourself enough not to allow someone else to bring chaos and drama into your life? Do they love you like you love yourself? Are they appreciating you like you appreciate them, or like you appreciate yourself? Everybody is not on your level. So everybody won't do everything it is in the way that you do it. However, the situation is when you begin to try to teach and say, listen, this is what I need, baby. Woman, guess what? A man that is not willing to learn from you is one of them dudes that you need to lose. And it won't be a bad loss if he can't listen to you. Go all the way back, and I deal with the situations of the patriarchs. One of the greatest of mine is David. One of the greatest of mine is Abraham, Moses. Guess what? Even the Most High told these patriarchs, your wife, listen to her. So sisters, if you got a brother that you communicating with, first of all, don't be scared to talk to no man, because you consider him to be the head, or you consider him to be the lead. Because guess what he should do? Sometimes, guess what head and lead means? Giving you the lead and the head in certain situations. Taking the back seat. So again, don't be scared to speak, because we're supposed to hold a certain situation, position, or title. Speak. And if this guy, if you continuously communicate with this guy about something it is that you're doing, or something it is that you desire in your life, and they're not doing it, regardless to what they doing here, focus on another way to get it done for yourself. Because this is not a loss when you are losing internally. When it is here and you're being pained internally, it's not a bad loss. That's not something that remain and continually and hold on to. You lose your car. Brothers, I want to get back to this before we do that. Brothers, sex, great. Head, great. She lightweight doing it. Give you a little something here and there, every now and then. But the situation is, guess what? Her independence is creating a situation to you to where she is independent to, she'll let you know, I don't need you, dude. I'm a man. Guess what I know that means? That you are being paid in degrees that is like phenomenal to a man. To where a woman can actually say this or make you feel this way. Do you need to remain here? Is the sex that good? Is whatever she doing that good? So the demonstration again is when we lose something, everything that we lose is not always for the bad. And sometimes, like Cindy Rivera said, the Lord just did this for me and I receive it and I let it go. Wow. When something is bothering you to degrees to where it's dealing with you internally, when you can't even enjoy certain situations, when you go somewhere and it's, I'm gonna look at this, an example. She ain't gonna like that if I did this, but it's enjoyable to you, and it's not bad. It's not hurtful to you. It's not hurtful. It's really not a demonstration to where it's a loss in finances to where it's gonna hurt anybody or anything, and you gotta really question a pleasure you having because of somebody else. This is with her or this is with him. It's time to start rethinking of what it is you're doing and who you dealing with and why are you feeling the way that you're feeling. I'm not going to say overpower your loneliness. Overpower your desire to feel and be felt for, not to not feel, not to not be loved, but overpower to the degree to where you're going to get what it is that you deserve. Because what you have right now is a loss that you can actually stand to lose. Some of us will allow people to be in our homes and to beat the loneliness. We'll accept the devil in your house. We will accept Delilah in our house. We will accept Jezebels in our house. And guess what we'll do? These people have the desire to make you feel as if, guess what? You doing everything wrong and it's not them. Somebody that makes you question absolutely everything it is that you do don't need to be in your cipher. You need to sit down sometimes and really start rethinking you. What makes you happy? What discussion did you all have together before y'all decided to say it is you and I, me and you, commitment, whatever the situation is, and see if that is going in the same direction. Think about if you needed to add something on right now, or if you did and it's going the opposite way. And then you need to revalue yourself and understand how important you are. You need to understand your import. You need to understand your value. And understand that sometimes when you lose something, you lost what was actually taking down the value of you. If what is in your life is not bringing appreciation or bringing the value of whatever it is that you are, whatever it is that you desire in your life, you don't need to have it in your life. It's not a loss when it leaves. It's not a loss if it decides to go. If it is trying to leave, sit back sometimes. Like I just say this all the time, and this is my book. Sometimes we need to hurry up and be patient. So you sit down and you wait. You going through all these different demonstrations, what's going on. Okay, you trying to make it work to stop the argument, but at the same time, when you have your peace, guess what you do? Think. Evaluate, reevaluate. Both. Sit back and don't lie to yourself to obtain peace. Don't lie to yourself to deny the responsibility for what it is that you're doing. Why a situation is being messed up, why somebody is leaving, or why you trying to leave. Don't do that, because guess what you will do? You will go to the next situation. You will go to the next relationship and actually create a situationship. See, because you passing off what it is that you're doing. So don't deny responsibility for every action that you do, but at the same time, don't deny what it is that they're doing. And you need to sit back and evaluate if it makes sense, if it adds up, if the value of staying is greater than the value of leaving, or if the value of leaving is greater, because guess what? You, like a home, you need to appreciate and value. You don't need to depreciate. This situation again, you have this car, you lose it. You have this job, you lose it. Whatever the situation is, whatever it is that you feel that you lost, I'm going to take it to a deep degree right now. My mom passed. It's coming up like, Thanksgiving. She died on Thanksgiving a couple years back. And I lost my mother. I love my. I cried today sometimes, you know what I'm saying, thinking about my mom. But if I continuously dwell upon what I lost, I continuously dwell upon my mother. Is now, you can't get no deeper than death. Your mama. But if I continuously dwell upon what I lost in her, I continuously dwell upon, oh my gosh, she not here. I don't have nobody. Like in real life, I don't have nobody. You know what I'm saying? No family. My sisters on my father's side, I got to go get y'all. I'm coming to get you, Karen and Sharon and Michelle. Lisa, I'm coming to see y'all. But on my immediate, who I live with, I have none. But if I dwell upon what I don't have here, I can't focus on what I do have. Even in my mother's loss, guess what I remember? Y'all see me hustle? Y'all see me go out here and grind and go get it. Guess what my mother did? My mother hustled. My mother grinded. She went and got. I was cleaning houses with my mother at 4 years old. My mother told me, don't you never let me hear you say what the white man won't let you do. She said, you go get it. What y'all see me doing? Y'all see me going to get it? A lot of women, y'all feel like the way that I speak and the way that I talk and the gentleman that I am, guess what? I got that from my mama. So if I continually dwell upon what I lost from her, my mother told, that her not being here, I won't dwell upon all the appreciative things that it is that she left me and that she taught me and that I hold close to my heart right now. And guess what? When I perform some action, I'm not no holy man. I'm not perfect. I make a lot of mistakes. You see what I'm saying? But the demonstration is, before I get ready to do almost anything, guess what I say? I try to make it feel as if my mother is watching me. Would this be proud? Would my mother be proud? Because guess what I know? I know my mother's morals, principles, standards, honor, loyalty, integrity, even her spirituality situations. In that demonstration, guess what they do? They appreciate who I am. They gain the value of who I am. The price in what it is that I am, it rises when I make certain decisions because I have a value on who I am, created from my mother. And I just don't dwell upon, oh, she ain't here no more. We all go through that. We gonna go through the process of mourning. I still mourn my mother, like I said. But the thing is, I dwell upon all that she has given me, all that remains in me, as opposed to what I have lost. You lost that car. You dwelling upon where I can't go out and get on the bus until you get another one. Start writing your plan to make the next thing happen. Your car, your job. Start making the next plan to make it happen. Go through your mourning process of what your situation is, or how you dealing with the negativity, and how you dealing with the loss. It's emotional. You human. I just did a video the other day about crying. Guess what? Some of us cry when things happen. We lose things that are actually valuable to us, not necessarily in the situation of finances. I mean in the situations of internally, the heart, the mind, the things that really matter to me. They can hurt here. Your essence can be troubled Go through that. Deal with that. Allow yourself to go through that. But at the same time, allow yourself to come out of that and continuously move forward in life. Because guess what? You can sit here and mourn. Will that make your bills be paid? Because somebody gonna feel your trouble and your sorrow? Gas company, light company, water, sewage, taxes. Your next car note, is it gonna, or do you gotta work on it? See, don't dwell upon what you lost, because all losses are bad losses. Every loss that you do also is a school. It's a learning process to see what you need to do to make it better. Don't just look at the situation as being lost. Sit back and say, again, like I said, what I do. You don't have to do what I do. You don't have to live by what I live by. But I'm telling you what explain what assists me. What did I do to allow or cause that situation to happen? Then I'm going to fix that in me. And if I'm not the one who did it, guess what I can still say? I'm looking at this situation and guess what I'm dealing with? Now, I'm learning how to see, not just the loss, not just the pain I felt. I dealt with that. I'm going through my mourning process, whatever the situation is. It's this person's fault though. Guess what I see now? I see the red flags that I should see in this next person that's coming along. I see the red flags in this next job. I see the red flags in this next car. I see the red flags in whatever it is that I need to see that's assisting me to learn and be a better person in every aspect of life. So again, my glass is never half empty. I'm going to focus on what I was able to appreciate when it was full, the parts that I partook of it. And it's still not going to be half empty. Guess what it's going to be? Able to be refilled. Because my focus is not on what's lost. My focus on what is coming. And you can't do that dwelling upon the negative of any situation. Again, go through your mourning processes. Allow yourself to feel pain if you feel pain. But at the same time, guess what they say when you work out? I know a lot of you heard it. Pain is actually weakness leaving the body. So allow yourself to feel that pain, but allow it to leave your body so you can move forward in life. It's your boy Mo Better. Love y'all. All losses are not bad losses. And no matter what it is, even though you may have lost a thing, dwell upon how you gonna get it again and maintain it the next time you get it. Everything is a lesson. That is correct, Tanya.